Touhou is a game. Yeah, it's pretty much just a game. So, you might be wondering.
Pluto, what the fuck is this shit?
So, I've basically been dead for like 2 months? And then I come back with some random bullet hell shit. In fact, this isn't even my gameplay. It's filler. You fell for it, stupid fools. Anyway, so Touhou. What is Touhou? Well, as shown on the screen, it's a bullet hell. And you might be wondering,
but Pluto, what's a bullet hell?
well, it's simple. So there's basically a bunch of shit flying at you at very high speeds. If you have a good computer. But even with a very poor computer like mine, which made the game run at 30 frames, which makes everything slow as hell, it's still hard because, well, it's a fuck ton of shit flying at you, and it's still moving pretty fast. Not as fast, but I mean, it's still pretty fast. So yeah. Anyway, so due to the fact that it's a bullet hell, I thought, hey, why don't I play a Touhou game? I'm pretty good. I'm Asian, right? Well, big mistake. And you'll see why. So Touhou, wonderful. So anyway, here's the game. You can see my dumbass choosing characters. This one chose Marissa. Yeah, any will do. As you can see why. So the beginning stage was not very hard. I just hold down the C and not die. The concept of the game is fairly simple. You shoot stuff and you dodge shit. As you can clearly see here in the presented footage. The first stage is not very hard. It takes place in like an apple grove, some shit like that. I don't know, man. Shit's weird. So anyway, you go around beating down tiny little children. That's what I can say. Fuck. But yeah, you basically just beam down the little children, I guess, until a boss appears. Now, you may be asking,
but Pluto, it's a bunch of weird blue squares. What the fuck are those?
Well, those are simple. They're called items, and it's like a counter right there in the box. You basically collect them for lives, which is a good strategy to do to like collect them, but sometimes it can get you killed, which has happened to me multiple times. Anyway, so we just beat some like apple girl. She's gonna appear later on in the stage, but not right now. She's not too hard, but yeah. So there's also bombs. Bombs are basically a big ultimate attack, which can absolutely just molest the enemies. I swear, they can fucking gang rape them or some shit like that. Now, each character has a different spell bomb. Now, it just so happens that this one, little black white thing, what's her name again? Marissa has like a fucking laser shooter. Yeah, it's like a big beam. I think I shot one like once, and never again. I don't remember when. Anyway, so move on to the boss or not. You can see Sky being gone is kind of funny. There's a lot of dialogue. You can see first boss is a apple bitch or whatever. I don't know what the fuck she's therefore. And then she basically starts throwing apples at you. I'm not joking. Those are apples. Or well, supposedly.
We have a higher frames per second. We have 40 frames.
First boss, not so hard.
Technology. Oh wait, no, it's at 30 now.
You can clearly see that each attack is like farmer base. I don't know how to describe it, but you can tell that the blue stuff is supposed to be water, and the okay, I don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah, you can clearly see the apples. I don't know what the other stuff is though. Could be pineapple. I don't know. It's all confusing. But essentially, those are the fair basics. You have lives, you have bombs, and you collect items for more lives, and there are continues. But I'm just gonna say this right now. It's best if you don't use any. Oh, and they blow up.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. And then the second stage takes place in a lake. Lake, not too bad if I'm being honest. It's also pretty easy. So the first two stages are not that bad, but around the third stage it starts to crank up the difficulty a bit. But each stage is essentially the same pattern. You just gotta you basically just gotta kill shit and like survive. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing that's worthwhile is like the bosses and like I guess the difficulty too. If I'm being honest, I was playing on easy because even on 30 frames when it's like very sluggish, it's still a pretty hard game. Which kind of proves the point that it's a pretty hard game. It's pretty damn hard. It's pretty hard. So now we fast forward a bit to a bit more exciting part, because each stage does have like its own gimmick. For example, in stage 2, you have a line of crabs. It's pretty much it. Oh, and there's some crab girl, which has by far the best mid-stage spell card attack, if I'm being honest, which you'll see in a moment. Look at that. Look at that. It's a bunch of random ass shit flying at you. Again, it's not too hard. I mean, it is hard if you're like beginning at the game, but as you can see here, I'm kind of the professional now, and by professional, I've played the game many times. But after the gimmick, it's kind of much more of the same. Just you basically just gotta gun down these like little fairy motherfuckers right here, trying to kill you. See, it does get a bit harder, and by a bit, it's not too much. Like between stage 1 and stage 2, it's not too much. Like it's not too much of an amp up. But then after stage 2, it's basically like if your dad tried to teach you how to swim by picking you up and throwing you inside the lake. It's basically like that after stage 2. But stage 2 is, yeah, Cerno. You get to kill Cerno. Again, not too hard, because I mean it's fucking Cerno. It's fucking weak ass little bitch or some shit. Then have some more dialogue, and then fucking Crab Lady comes up.
Your hair, it looks dry.
Yeah. she basically comes up to you and says, "Hey, your hair is a piece of shit, so I'm gonna dump you into a lake." Some more dialogue, and then comes the boss music. Yeah, see,
Nice cold bath in
a nice cold bath. So her beginning attack is not too hard to dodge. I mean, well, for me it's not, since like I'm on fucking 30 frames, so it's like twice as slow. But I mean, it's still kind of hard. And then her first spell card is, it's not too hard. So essentially, there's like lanes, right? And each time you stay in one, it'll fire those like harpoon things. So essentially, you basically just gotta get out of each lane. And then afterwards, it's more of the same. Not too much of a major difference. And by not too much, she starts to like throw a bunch of more little spiky things. Then comes her second spell card attack, which, if I'm being honest, looks intimidating, but it's not too hard again. Essentially, what you're gonna do is basically, well, kind of just move side to side a bit, not too much. Then afterwards, it's her final attack, which, if I'm being honest, is really disappointing, because I mean, look at that. It's like easy to dodge, but she does send down some crabs, which will hurt you, and by hurt you, they'll kill you in like one shot. Essentially, it's more of the same, though. And then she tells her to not assault her with crabs. Then comes stage 3. See, this is where the difficulty starts to amp up. This is where you're going to wish you drank those Red Bulls. It does look intimidating at first, but again, I know I've said it many times. Just hear me out, cause I'm the Asian here, bro. I'm the Asian. It's not that hard. You just gotta watch the pattern. But they're not really that hard to kill to like begin with anyway. See? Like that. Again, it's like more of the same, more or less. Anyway, let's, yeah, did I forget, did I forget to mention that it was like 8 AM when I was like, playing this? Yeah. I didn't do my best, but trust me, it's not that hard. It's not that hard, pal. It's not that hard. Then after a bit of dodging stuff, this happens. Some spinning lady appears, and you guessed it, it's time for another mid-stage boss section thingy. So she kind of just flies around for a bit, going meow 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 like a fucking like propeller. Oh, yeah. See, gets harder. But don't let. God, I'm tired. But don't let each death like discourage you, because in fact, when I realized that I had no lives left, I basically went tryhard mode. In fact, I have clutched up a total of 2 times. First being here, as you can see, with the whole dodging and shit. Then here comes another life. See, it was worth it. And then the second clutch comes at around later, at the end game portion, as I'd say. So basically, Miss Washy Watch here goes and says, "Wow, the mountain was pretty easy this time, cause it's a mountain full of yokai." And then here comes a fucking fan lady. I'm not late, but I'm not joking. It's a fan. And then they have a whole conversation about it. So you're a fan then? I'm not a fan. I can tell that much. So basically, she's gonna beat us up for not being a fan. And by a fan, I mean like a fan that cools people.
Pale fan head. Wow.
So her beginning attack is kind of pathetic, especially for stage 3. It's pretty pathetic. Like it's like very easy to dodge. But trust me, it doesn't get any easier from that. It doesn't get any easier. So afterwards, she starts doing this. Don't know what the hell it is. It's not too hard again. You can just gun her down by like going from side to side, and then she starts moving, like a lot. She goes in circles and stuff, which gets kind of annoying. But again, not too hard. I don't know. I have said again, it's not too hard. Okay, this is pretty hard if you're just starting the game. This section's pretty hard because it closes in on you. But as you can see, not too hard. It does get stressful though. Okay, here's one thing I can say about the game. It does not matter how much you've played, how long you have played, or how good you think you are. This game is going to raise your stress to a fixation. It's going to amp up that stress, especially if you have no lives and the boss is throwing like a bunch of shit at you. It's not going to be a fun time. But again, if you make it through, it's not too hard. In fact, here's where it gets kind of hard. She turns into a fan, believe it or not. Now, this part is pretty hard for multiple reasons. For one, well, I mean, you gotta kill her. And for two, you're kind of restricted to like one section, which makes it pretty annoying. But as you can see, ultimately you can beat her. And she's basically going to retreat. They have a whole conversation about it too. Yeah, you're just giving up, basically. So afterwards comes my favorite stage, stage 4. So stage 4 greets you off in a very kindly manner with these like little card things. They're not too hard. In fact, they're kind of pretty, I guess. Not hard to dodge though. So this stage is special in multiple ways. So for one, not only are there like a bunch of items that you can collect, but I mean you're not going to collect them because I mean just look at this. It looks easy. That's the thing about Touhou games. They look easy, but they're not that easy because if you're watching the game, you're only concentrated on dodging and the enemies. But the thing is, when you're playing, you have to also, I mean, move around with the controls and stuff. So it gets kind of stressful. when there's this much shit flying at you. It looks easy, but it's not easy. Oh, and this. So, fuck. Oh my god. I can't believe that I made a script for this. Whatever. It's too late. I'm keeping it in now. So, yeah, there's me. No lives. Here's me sweating. Watch me go. Woo! Yeah! Anyway, this stage has two bosses, which are distinct. There's one of them right now. Miss something something. I don't know her name, nor do I care. But basically, she calls you stupid and starts to attack you. She counts as a boss since like she has that whole like explosion thing. But it's not really a boss. See? It's not really considered much of a boss. But she's easy. The boss for this stage is going to make you shit bricks. But the good thing is that once you're done with her, you're basically prepared for the end game portion. And now we are at the portion where the boss will appear soon.
That's kind of funny.
So our little character here basically says, it's kind of ironic how each time I go into heaven it's raining, and then fucking blue patchouli, yeah, right there. Patchouli. Blue fucking patchouli appears. And her name is Yuta Ichikai, which I do not care. I like blue patchouli better.
Magician from another world.
And she is a magician, apparently. So I'm just saying, she's my favorite boss for the sole reason because of her like theme. I just really like it for some reason. But yeah, she marks the beginning of to the point where the game is going to get harder now. It's not fast, that's true, but there's still a bunch of shit you gotta dodge. It's not going to get any easier from here. So her beginning attacks are not that hard. You can easily dodge them since they have a very specific pattern to them. You can basically just kind of go around them, and then you blast her for like a minute or two, and then boom, your problems are gone, and then here comes your second attack. Oh, did I also forget to mention that the bosses and stages get longer and longer? Yeah, I think I forgot to mention that. But they do get longer and harder. So her second spell card, it can be intimidating at first, but again, there's a specific pattern to it which you can follow, which allows you to pretty much just basically dodge shit. Oh, and if you have not noticed, we're still at 0 lives left, and we're fighting the first semi-hard boss. This boss gets pretty hard. After, like, this portion right here, she starts pulling a bunch of shit out her ass, if I'm being honest. It's a really good theme. See that? See that? See that? See that? Elements. This, I have no advice for. The only thing that I can say is pray to God, because this has no specific pattern. I mean, you can just look for, like, openings, but it's not again, it's pretty intimidating. And then her final spell card attack. She basically copies you're a bomb, like for example. See that? See that? She does that. Screen shaking, you can't aim, you die. I told you things get harder now. But her final spell card attack does change for each character. So essentially, her final spell card attack does change. Oh, and she blows up. Hey, Patchouli, stealing people's spells is my thing. Yeah, she basically just bootlegs your spell. The whole concept of her character is that she's basically a fucking bootleg. And then, we call her fucking Cyrano for, like, being blue. And then, there's a giant boat, which turns out to be an arc. And it's 3D.
On just one life.
And we are greeted with some random fairy, which kindly greets us with whatever this is. But aside from that, this stage, stage 5, is what I would call endgame, because this stage marks the beginning of the end of the game. Because every stage and boss, even normal enemies, after Patchouli, yeah, good luck with that shit. You're kind of dead. We have no lives, and we're at the end game portion. I'm just gonna say this right now. I was very impressed with how I even made through it all. But I did die once, but that's not until like later on. So I did actually die. Like die to where I had to use a continue. But I mean it's still impressive how I am basically got through like 2 stages on no lives. Oh, never mind, we have a life. Oh, and that item counter kind of fucked me over because the max item thing went to like 99999. But yeah, it's like, it's very hard. It gets harder. It does not get easier, it gets harder. And the mid-stage boss for this stage, guess what? Guess what it is? It's not a girl. And no, it's not a boy. It's a bird! It's a motherfucking bird that shoots arrows! Yeah! Touhou meets the Bible! Jesus and Reimu shake hands! It's a fucking crossover of the Old and New Testaments! It's not a bad idea, actually. What if we had Jesus and like Reimu, like, just fucking fighting. Aside from that, though, you're basically just fighting a bird, and it flies away. Oh, and it drops a life, too, so it's, like, very helpful. Because it does not get easier from here on. But, I mean, just watching the bare gameplay is kind of boring. And I'm not here to bore you. I'm basically here to sum up the whole game as easy and as straightforward as possible. Yeah, that happens again. Alright. So after we make it through a large amount of enemies who kept throwing shit at us, we are at the boss portion. Yeah, here comes the boss. At first, the boss is a pretty friendly, but then they tell us to go away. And see here, we don't take that very kindly because see here, Reimu, whatever her name is. Each time I try to say her name, I fucking stutter, which is why I have not said it. Fucking Marissa, and then the green bitch. They're not having it. They don't like being evicted. So basically, this bird lady tells us that no one cares about us and we are going to die alone. But we are very aware of that, so we are going to fight her. Fighting is inevitable. It's not, but we still proceed to fight. So her first attack, it's like a bunch of arrows. Again, not too hard if you see the pattern, or if you're just super Asian like me, bro. The only way to play any Touhou game is either being very good at like dodging stuff, or just being Asian. Then I know I'm super late for like some of these like entryways, but like, so her first spell card, she kind of does this shit where like she gets close to you. It's not too hard again. In fact, it's not hard. So for her second attack, she kind of spawns in some more arrows, which are not that hard to dodge. In fact, they have a very predictable pattern. That's going to be the most easiest pattern you're ever going to get, aside from Apple Girl, from the beginning of the game. And her second spell card, I mean, it's kind of more of the same. She basically just gets more arrows, and she intimidates you by following you with some big ass spoon or something. But it's not hard. Again, it's not that hard. So then afterwards, she proceeds to do this funky ass shit, which is kind of hard to dodge, if I'm being honest, but not too hard, because I've kept saying that multiple times. I sound like so basically I'm reassuring you that it's not that hard, bro. Trust me, it's not that hard. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm lying. It is that hard. Even on easy, it's like hard. Here's me barely. No. I did not make that out alive. So then after that comes her final spell card attack, which is the most interesting, but also the most hardest. It's because she does that. She does that random ass shit. Again, I'm just gonna say, if you see the pattern and if you're cautious, it's not that hard. It is intimidating though, and can increase stress levels. And then she blows up. Yup. Hear that? It's the sound of a bubble popping. She's not completely dead yet, because we still have the final stage to go. excluding the bonus stage, because I did not get the good ending. So the final stage basically greets us with a very friendly open greeting. We're basically pelted with a shower of bullets, which is not too hard to dodge. Never mind, I died there. But after that, it's not that hard. In fact, you can collect like a bunch of items, as in those little blue card things. You can collect a lot of them, which could help you. I said could because I mean there's my counter at 99999, so it's not much of a help. Oh, and we are back at no lives. So, in this portion, I'm pretty much just sweating. And like stage 4, there are two distinct bosses. There's the mid boss, which is Bird Lady again. She's very easy though. In fact, oh, and there I go. See, we still have our continues. But yeah, Bird Lady in this stage is not that hard. In fact, you don't even need to focus your attention on her. That's how easy she is in like this stage. Yeah, there's Bird Lady that basically tells us to go away, shoo shoo, you're not welcomed. Why don't, obviously. So then she proceeds to attack us. Watch her health meter. See how fast it goes down? I'm not even trying to focus my attention to her. I'm pretty much just standing still. And then after that, it's not much left actually. In fact, there you go. Rain, flooding, and there she is. That's the final boss. Some short ass fucking midget. It's the final boss, bro. Oh wait, it's an arc. Hold on, so it's raining, and that's an arc. Yeah, it's an arc. It's basically the Jesus tale. Yeah, see? Even I knew that. It's basically the Bible all over again. You know, flooding, an ark, Noah. I didn't know that he was a short 6th grader though. And lives, and our counter like restarted. So basically, we're pretty much good actually. As you heard me say, we are pretty much good. We have 2 lives to basically waste. And we don't waste any. So seeing as this is the final boss, it's pretty hard. First attack, not that bad. Second attack, well, I mean, you're kind of screwed if you don't know what it's gonna do. So it's gonna come down and do that. Not that hard. And now comes for her second attack, which is very unfair because it kind of protects her from like any damage for a brief while. Meanwhile, she basically berates you with a bunch of pellets, fucking circle things. But ultimately managed to defeat that, and her second spell card, I was kind of surprised it was not harder. So it's a bunch of birds, and there's supposedly water droplets. Not hard. It's not hard. In fact, if you focus there, it's like pretty manageable. So now we're back to her normal attack. If I'm being honest, her basic attacks are like more of a threat. Because essentially here, what she's doing is there's big shit and small shit, which makes it double hard. And then for her second or third spell card, I lost track already. She applies a invisible net, so it's constantly moving. And meanwhile, she's doing all of this. Not very good, but again, if you focus, you can somehow make it out alive. See? And now, again, back to the normal attack, which is somehow more threatening. She basically applies a shield, which makes her immune. And she throws a bunch of shit at you. And yeah, she does that. She does that. You're basically dead if you're anywhere else. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. Why did I decide to record on the same day my dad is watching his soccer game? Anyway, does not matter. We are playing Touhou now. We are the Touhou masters. We have gotten this far to her what, like 4th spell card? So she basically puts a bunch of anchors, which I don't know how many fucking times I'm going to say this. It looks intimidating, and it is hard for like the first few runs, but after a while you get the hang of it. Wait. Oh shit, okay. I don't know how I died. I probably zoned out. And then comes her final attack. Her final attack, she throws everything at you. See? So, for her final attack, again, I'm going to say, it looks intimidating, and it is hard. But by this point, if I'm being honest, you probably have the experience to make it through. Oh, and she decides to do that too. She basically starts throwing anchors now. So, you got a bunch of shit flying at you. There's anchors too. The hell was that slowdown? Wait, no, oh my Toshiba. So anyway, a bunch of shit flying. But by this point, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue, if I'm being honest. In fact, there you go.
Like that?
Exactly.
Damn.
Even I'm surprised, like that. Damn. But afterwards, congratulations. You have officially beat the game. Touhou Wonderful Waking World. And now we're off to the Prelude. The Forest of Magic, not far from the human village. The abnormal rain has been stopped, but not quickly enough. Gensokyo's water something has risen. Both our houses are underwater. We're homeless now. So as you can tell, this is not a good ending. I already said this like earlier, I think, in a previous clip. We got the bad ending. So see here, the game basically says you're not fast enough. That's because we died, like fully died. We're basically too slow. But hey, an ending is an ending. We just beat a hard game. So, I'll take the bad ending. Anyway, there's not much left afterwards, so I'll just leave you to like like read it.
Damn. Wait, so are there like different endings for like each character?
Even
I'm
I
not
was
gonna find that out.
flabbergasted. Okay, so at that time,
Stop Patchy from committing homicide. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, Patchy is patchouli, and not blue patchouli, which is the bootleg, but rather it's the pink one
It's a bonus.
at the Scarlet Devil Mansion. So for context, the Scarlet Devil Mansion is a mansion most known because Koishi something heart-throbbing adventure. Don't watch it. Please don't. Anyway, got the bad ending. Gensokyo flooded and the sky is still shattered.
Got the bad ending first.
Yeah, we got the bad ending. See? Try beating the game without using continues. It basically just says we have a skill issue.
So essentially, I gotta one-shot the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
For the good ending, where the sky isn't broken.
you gotta one-shot it, but I mean, it's still impressive to like even beat the game, even on easy. So if I'm being honest, it's not really a skill issue, because I mean, just look at it.
Game in like one sitting.
It's not easy. It looks easy,
Slow, bro.
but it's not. And also, yeah, Slow Bro has made the music apparently, bro.
Apple Burlington's original concept, Toby Fox. Wow, I'm so glad that Toby Fox has made a character who threw a bunch of apples.
Yeah. Toby Fox made a character that basically just throws a bunch of apples.
What the fuck? Wait, so there's two endings. I got the bad ending first. How's it bad though? It's still flooded. And you! Wow, thank you! Thanks for playing. It was free, so I just kind of decided to pirate it.
I did it. It's a joke.
Results. Continues used 1. So
I feel like each time I have to say what a joke is now because people are so sensitive. Like, I swear to God.
what the fuck? As the continue has been used.
The game basically told us to go screw ourselves. But if we do manage to beat the game.
And there's the extra start, but I gotta do it without a I'm not doing that, man. That's enough. Alright, guys. Live coverage. Thanks for watching me go through the Touhou Wonderful Waking World experience. I'm probably gonna make another video.
Oh my God, this recording was a mess. Holy shit.
Please tell me you got all of that.
I'm gonna leave that in for